Happy Devils Tuesday. This is the Let's Go Devils podcast post game. I'm your host, Sam Wu. Here with Scotty, Sirius XM, Liquid Metal, streaming live on Facebook Live, Twitter, Periscope, YouTube Live, and Twitch on the Primetime Radio Network. Blackwood pull, Devils lose again. I'm mad. I don't know what to do, Scotty. This sucks.
I'm mad. Yeah, I'm mad too, Sam Wu. I'm right there with you. I don't want to say exactly what I'm feeling right now because I don't want to go that far yet. But I don't.
I'll start off.
Okay. Okay.
But before we bring positive reinforcements, I got to get some negativity out, right?
Oh yeah. Okay.
I'll just say it. Mm-hmm. Sell the team. Sell the team now. Sell the team. I trust the process. Make the transaction and just sell the team. That's all. That's all I have to say.
So we're going to go in a Mets route. That's what we're going to go. Is it Mets season yet? Is it Mets season yet? Time to meet the Mets.
I'm trying to find a clever name for Fred Wilpon, Fred Coupon. I'm trying to find a clever name. I haven't gotten that yet, but let me get some positive reinforcements, Scotty. If you wouldn't mind just taking over. So I can do that and do the unhappy Devils recap.
Will do. Sam Wu kind of hit the nail on the head there. What? Fans back, but the Devils aren't yet. And this was just a miserable game. I know last game against the Islanders, I found them to be very sluggish. I know everyone was saying they're trying hard, but I couldn't say I was happy, and it carried over to this game as well. Jackie Boy Hughes, started off the scoring, had a good first period or good half of a period there. But you can see the Rangers starting to counterpunch. Kreider with the Hattie there, 3 in a row. And then, Lafreniere, Smith, oh man. So 1 in final. Shesterkin, he played well, but did he make any I don't know. Devils had 36 shots. We can debate this. The quality of said shots is debatable. We actually won the face-off percentages tonight, 64-35. Power plays, again, the Rangers were 1 for 2, 50%. Right there, power play. Hits, pretty even, 17-18. Now, here's the thing. Blocks. Devils only blocked 4 shots. Here's the thing. You heard our former captain, Bryce Salvador, talk about it on the pregame giveaways. What did we have, 23 or 24 of them against the Islanders? Another 18 tonight. And now the Rangers aren't too good. They had 14, but you saw that they were able to capitalize, and we did not. We hit a couple of posts. I will grant you that. Jackie Boy hit post right there, like about a minute into the game, and then someone else rang one off the iron, but not going in. They only count when they go in. So Devils had 36 shots. The Rangers only had 19, but you give up 6 goals on 19 shots right there. Defensive breakdowns seems to be the same thing that we're seeing game in and game out. And man, I'm not really feeling too good because it's starting to feel like that not fun, the Sam Wu no fun zone, and not just on the penalty kill, but just in general, these games, I don't know. I don't want to get too down. Because there are some things that, again, team coming off COVID protocol. We know a lot of guys were on that list, and we do know that one of the side effects of that has been, lack of energy, tiredness. That is one thing that I have written down in my notes right here. Team looks tired. They look tired. They look gassed after, about a good 10, 12 minutes into the game. I thought they looked gassed, and you saw the Rangers take over. That could be a combination of, the after effects of COVID, having a start and stop in the season like that. It could also just be so many damn games in a row because of the stoppage from the COVID lockdown that now you're playing every other night. You don't really have proper time to rest and heal up. And it could be a lot of that, on top of no practice, being disorganized, being gassed out there. I really think it produced the game that we saw tonight. Now, us as Devils fans, we got to start thinking, is this cause for concern? Is this something that is, a problem with the team? Is it that they just need a break and a normal schedule where they're not playing games every other day? Or is there something wrong? Now, there's something I was thinking about the other day as well. And that is, we always talk about our young core. Don't forget, there are a couple of very important pieces who we are counting on as our core, who are not on our team yet. From our draft picks this year with Dawson Mercer and Holtz. You're talking about Riley Walsh, Kevin Ball, Nolan Foote. That's five people who we are counting on as, core members of our up-and-coming team who obviously are not on the team yet. And Nico going down, it looks like that's what I was kind of afraid of. That puck, probably caught him on the nose, broke his nose. He's going to be out for a little bit. That's a big, big blow for the team emotionally as well. You get your star center back. You name him captain. He starts producing points. Don't forget, Nico, he had 3 points in 3 games, and then all of a sudden, freak accident, puck to the shield, and he's going to be out for a little while. That's a big blow to the team. Playing every other day is tough. Weekends are playing back-to-backs. It's tough. So that's my question to you. How much is this that we have to be, cause for concern? Or is this something that is just, the tiredness, the no practice, and we're seeing the effects of that? I'm going to turn it over to you guys on Facebook. Ramona says Nico can't help this team. Well, right now he definitely can't. But we did see that they were a different team when he was in the lineup. Now, this is what I'm saying. All of our core pieces that we're dreaming of someday obviously aren't here right now. But Mac Black tonight, is that cause for concern? Ty Smith, Jack Hughes seems to do very, very well against the Rangers, which I love. I love that about him. I certainly do. But can we get the consistency elsewhere? The lines, Lindy's trying to shuffle up some lines. I thought it did good in the first period, but, we were starting to see chemistry with some others, but they're not scoring. We're seeing some good chances here and there, but no consistency. Is that just our young team? Is this cause for concern? I don't know, Sam Wu. I don't know if I need to be super upset or if I need to be just hang on, relax, chill out.
Well, let me tell you something. We went out of our way today, okay? We went out of our way to get positive reinforcements. I know that I just started the podcast with a brown paper bag over my head, okay? I was just trying to be funny, trying to put light on the situation. I understand I talked about financial transactions afterwards, but we won't talk about that. But from Prudential Center, pleased to welcome to the podcast. He's a good friend of the podcast. I was chit-chatting before, offline. You know him as Mr. Positive, Blend Chico Resch. Chico, you're on with Scotty and Sam. How are you?
I like you guys. I mean, it's really disappointing, and I can't point my finger at anyone or anything specifically. It's just disappointing. When we started, when the season started, I talked to friends, and they asked me, how do you think the Devils are going to do? And I said, it's going to be a tough year. They're probably not going to be able to challenge for the playoffs yet. And it's going to be a development year and this and that. And then we go those first 8-10 games, And I'm thinking, hey, no, maybe we got a shot at the playoffs. But then now it's sort of back down to earth, and it's kind of the team that I expected. And you guys were talking, what do you do? Honestly, the only thing you do is just stay patient because, and I'm rambling here, but you look at, Chris Kreider, he scores 3 goals. Let's be honest, he might have been the best sniper on the ice tonight, right? Buchnevich, his deal is when he's hot, he can score. Right now, who's the Devil sniper? I'm asking you guys.
No one.
Who would you say? No one.
I mean,
Pavel Zacha?
for a week or two, it was Pavel Zacha there. Like he seemed to have the hot shot, but teams seem to have adjusted to it, and now the Devils haven't found a way to counter.
Well, no, you're right. But if you look at Pavel's past, he had 5 goals in that stretch, which is nice. But I'm just saying, I never looked at him as, okay, he's going to be a snipe. He's going to be a really good third line. Hopefully he can make plays. He can chip some in and maybe get to 15 goals. I'm talking about who right now do we have that we can say, this guy should get 30. I mean, Kyle was that, but unfortunately Kyle, just the wheels have fallen off for Kyle scoring-wise. I can't really say Jack down the road, but right now I can't look to him to carry the team offensively. And then a lot of those young kids are really good and fast, and they can bring a forecheck and they can back check and they can put pressure. But again, tonight, guys, like I just watched the highlights before leaving our show. The number of scoring chances just stupid. He was overplaying. He was going left to right. He was going past the post sometimes. Well, we couldn't put it in the net. We'd shoot it low and he'd just get his glove and grab it. Or, I've always said this. Accuracy in terms of shots is really a big deal in hockey. And, Buchnevich up under the bar. Kreider up under the bar. Smith even up under the bar. And, guys, if you don't finish, you know how discouraging it is. And we could have been ahead 2-0. If we got that second goal in the first period, 2 goal posts. But anyway, so we all got to readjust our thinking, right? And think this is a development year. It's not going to be the playoff run that we'd all hope for.
Right. Yeah, we gotta think with some more clear minds. But my question to you, Chico, is this cause for concern? After we had those first good, 8 games, is this cause for concern, or is this a team that just from playing so much and lack of practice that they're kind of gassed after a little while out there? Like the first period really saw them playing with the Rangers. I know the Islanders and the Caps, those are different level teams, but the Rangers I feel like are a little bit more on our level. But after the first period, it really felt like the Rangers just completely dominated the game the way the Capitals did almost against the Devils. So is this them just being tired, or is there like real cause for concern?
No. Okay. We got to break this out. Our defensive core is probably on the lower half of the NHL. I'm not criticizing anyone personally. We knew that. Right. Tommy Fitzgerald tried to bring in some guys. They're okay. But so we're playing well here, and then a terrible mistake, defensive mistake, allows the Kreider to score that first goal. It's a 2-on-0 in front. I'm just saying. Then there's Ty Smith, who I really like. He makes a bad decision in play. He gives it away. Nobody cleans that up. My point is, it's not an area of concern. It's an area of reality that this defense, with the exception of a couple guys, I won't give you names. I don't want to, but with the exception of, I would say, 2 guys, they're not going to be on this team when we become really good. They're not. Okay? So you got 4 guys, 5 people that won't be here. So you're trying to plug holes up front. Again, you got Ty Smith, a good playmaker. I think Pavel Zacha will be good. Hopefully Nolan's flipped. He's got a shot like that. Wallstrom, remember Oliver Wallstrom shot the other night? from the top of the circle. But we don't have him now. Like, I don't know, Jesper Bratt. I like Jesper Bratt. He can scoot around. He could be a really good third line center if he plays it right and darts and takes the puck to the net and shoots. Maltsev, I don't know if he's going to, like, here's the way I look at it, you guys. If the Devils don't have in the future here, at least 4 guys and hopefully 5 that can get up over 20, can get into the 20 and a couple get in 25 or 30. It doesn't matter. You're not going to win. You know what I mean? So we don't have those guys right now. Could some of them develop? I want to ask you guys, categorize, other than Jack Hughes and Pavelzak and the older guys, of the young guys, who do you think, and the fans listening can think too, who do you think are going to emerge as goal scorers? I'll give you Maltsev, Kuokkanen, Sharon Govich. Who else am I missing? Bratt. Who do you think are going to mature into goal scorers?
Whew, at all of them, can I take Alexander Holtz instead? Is there any way I can pick Alexander Holtz instead? because I don't.
That's funny.
I don't know. I don't know if any of those guys are going to be like lighting the lamp like you're talking about. I see them more as guys that maybe start chipping in, and on that third line kind of role. I don't see them as being those top line scorers that what we're really looking for. I mean, someone to play with Jack, someone to play with Nico when he does come back and get healthy.
Exactly. That's a good. Yeah, I'm on the phone. Yeah. What? Cover lots of nitties yelling at me.
Tell them you're important.
I don't know. Well, no, I'm talking, right? And I'm by myself. And hey, I am cautious. I'm careful. But there's some paranoid COVID people, and she wants me to put my mask on. I'm not putting it on. I'm sitting here by myself. And but anyway, you guys look better.
We won't say anything, Chico.
Your secret's safe with us.
No, because I'm not. Thank you. I'm not breaking any rules. And but anyway,
no, we don't.
Miles Wood. Miles Wood is a really good player. I like him because he is entertainment, and that's part of any sporting event. But Miles got 19 goals. I don't know if he's a bona fide, always over 20 goals a year scorer. I'm just saying, I don't know that.
Yeah.
And then these other guys, I can see them stretching to 22 or so, but we need some guys that are 25 and 30. I mean, just look at the top teams, right? You see it. And so that's why I'm not discouraged, but I am. The only thing I would like, I went to one Binghamton game, and, Nolan Foote scored a goal. I don't know enough about him, but I just hope there's somebody out there that can just mesh with Nico or Jack, like you guys were saying, and just be a pure sniper.
Yeah.
And until we get that, So it's frustrating.
And I agree with you. Chico, we were kind of talking about it before you hopped on the call with us. That there's 5 big names there with Holtz, Mercer, Ball, Foote, and Walsh. That I think Devils fans consider part of that up and coming core, who are obviously they're not on the team yet. My expectations were let's just try to finish around 500. If this team could finish above 500, I think that would be a big win for them. Right now, they're not looking that good, but maybe they can turn it around and play some really good hockey and get to the 500 mark. I think that would be a big victory for the team.
That is well put. That gives you hope. Those young guys, I went and saw Kevin Ball. I mean, he's 6'7". I saw Charlie the other night at 43. With his reach and his smarts, he just gets things done because he outreaches. and I've heard good things about Ball. So okay, he could come on board. We're going to need one really stay-at-home, tough stud defenseman to keep the puck out of the scoring areas. Right? You're going to have Ty Smith is going to be good moving the puck. Walsh, again, I got to see it. I'm not saying he will or he won't, but I haven't seen enough of him, and you say Mercer, there's another guy. It's just a guy. It's like we've waited a while now. We've been patient, and we got our hopes up this year, thinking it's going to be another Cinderella year, like when Taylor Hall won the MVP and we made the playoffs. I was kind of envisioning that kind of year again, but I don't think that's going to happen. So it's back to being, patient, and it's hard. I love the Devils fans because they always come with hope, but unfortunately, reality is a part of it. And that right now is kind of it slapped me in the face after tonight. I mean, the Rangers, 19 shots on goal. Hey, how are you, bud? And 19 shots on goal, and they get like 6 goals. Are you kidding me? Everything went in for them. But, what are you going to do?
Do you see anything? Because we've had some questions pop up here on our Facebook page and our YouTube live page. Do you see? I mean, Chico, obviously you are the man when it comes to goaltending that we want to go to and ask questions. What do you see going on? With Mac Black, do you feel like it's just been some unfortunate defensive breakdowns, or do you see anything in his game since he's come back that maybe he's not up to speed on, or maybe seems a little slacking?
Well, that's a great question. I mean, all 3 goals, the first 3 goals, the first one all alone in front. There's 2 Rangers, and Kreider just boom. Snapped it up over his glove under the crossbar. I mean, it wasn't like a rush where McKenzie could get positioned and, like as a goalie start feeling okay. So then the second one shot off the boards. I don't know which Ranger shot it. Crowder's not even looking. Hits his shaft and then hits it. Turner Stevenson, not Turner Stevenson. Oh, I'm going back.
Turner Stevenson. Woo!
There you go. And he hits him in the butt and goes in the net. And then you're saying, oh, no, we can't score. We had 2 goals close. And now it's a turn. And then the next Kreider goal was another layup. And then Buchnevich gets one across that he won times. And I would only say this, that McKenzie is playing at a really solid level. He's not – tonight he didn't give up anything he should have. The games before, he gave up 1 against the Caps, 2 against the Caps that he should have stopped and didn't. But tonight, he's not making that heroic, unbelievable like he was to start with. And so I don't really know what's going on. I know he's got a new goalie coach, and I know I talked to Rolly Melanson, who worked with him for 3 years. I do know this about McKenzie. The goalie coach is, because he's a young kid, he's got to push him. He's got to say, McKenzie, you can go higher. You have not established. I mean, even Carter Hart, remember how Carter Hart was going to be the
Hey, Chico? Chico, can you hear me? Yeah, I can hear you. I'm sorry, Chico. We just had a network outage for about 5 seconds. I'm sorry about that. We're just going to boot right back up. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to go back on in about 2 seconds. Okay. Yep. Stand by.
Welcome back. Sorry about that. We had some technical difficulties. It's been that kind of night. I think
I
we're
thought it
back
was
on
me.
live. You know what? And hold on a sec. Let's patch Chico Resch in real quick. Chico, you're on with Sam and Scotty again. Sorry about that. Uh-oh. Do you hear Chico?
I can't hear Chico just right now.
Oh, something went wrong. Give me 1 second
Well,
here.
we got some technical difficulties. It happens
It
when
happens.
the power decides to flash out on us there. But
that was like the Devil's power play. I'm just
it
kidding.
really was.
Chico,
Yeah.
you're back.
Omar. Oh,
Hey guys. Yeah.
oh, there he is. All right.
Yeah, I'm back. I don't know what's going on. I'm in the Prudential Center, and so no, I haven't changed anything. So I don't know if it's here or from your end.
We're just gonna blame Sam. We're gonna blame Sam.
Yeah, just blame
And that'll be fine.
me and JCP&L.
Blame the producer. You know.
Okay. Always somebody else. I like it.
So you were talking about Mac Black and how you felt his play has been here, and I'm sorry I can't remember exactly where we were. We got cut off there, but we were talking about Mac Black. Have you seen anything in his performance as well? Because we've been talking about this cause for alarm or just overplayed. And you were talking about the goaltending coach.
Oh yeah, no, just that whoever's going to be his coach. Rolly Melanson was really tough on him, as he was on Roberto Luongo. That's just Rolly's style. And Mac Black's got to be pushed. He's got to be pushed. Yeah, I know you played well, but you got to make another big save. You got to make enough, because quite honestly, we're going to be playing on a fine margin of error because we're not going to score a ton of goals. And so, I mean, he's going to be really good. And as a goalie, you guys, it's just like it might be now. If you keep losing connection, you're going to get down. Now, if McKenzie plays really well and we don't score and you lose, can't believe it. I played well. We didn't get enough goals, and then it happens again and again. You know what I mean? You could get worn down by losing when you're playing really well, and that's where you need a really good goalie coach to be saying, McKenzie, it is not about this year. Right? It is about you developing like the rest of the team, and you gotta build that confidence that they know that when they get better, they're gonna have the advantage because they're gonna have the best goalie in the National Hockey League. So it's that kind of, and so like I say, McKenzie's played well, but he hasn't made those superlative saves we were seeing earlier in the year.
Well, Chico, in this whole sense, because we have been talking a little negatives on the negative side with things, this was a really tough loss. Before we let you go, because you are our beacon, our light of positivity, is there anything that you could see in tonight's game where you can point to and say, hey, that was pretty good? We've been talking about a lot of things that have been wrong, but what tonight did you see that was good?
Okay, our start was good. I liked the four lines that they changed up. They had energy, and Sharon Govich and Kokkonen and Jack Hughes, they were moving the puck. They had a couple really good chances there. And I thought Pavel Zacha's line, what I liked about that, if you got Miles Wood pushing on their defense, whoever it's going to be, pushing them back, driving through them, then Kyle Palmieri could maybe come a little later and get some, mid-range slot chances. He hasn't been able to shoot. He's gotten a couple really in tight, but if you're like a foot from the goalie, that's not good. And then Pavel Zacha as well. I was hoping for a little more of that line, but I wouldn't change the lines going into Saturday. I would not. And then,
Okay.
Jack, your line's going. Keep going. Our power play is an area of concern, but we don't have a big shot. We were all hoping PK might be the big shot, but he is not. You got, both Butcher and Ty Smith that can move the puck, but you need a big shot from the point, like John Carlson or somebody who can bring it. We don't have that. And then, so I was happy with all that. What I hold my breath on, guys, I was a goalie, and I played on the Devils. We were very good defensively. I hold my breath that the defense don't start to make some risky passes and, make some choices that just low percentage. And so we did that tonight about 4 or 5 times in the second.
Oh, yeah.
But
yep.
Here's the positive. I was saying, here's what the coaching staff needs to do. Don't dwell on the negatives on this one. There's no need, because we can't change it. The guys on defense who made the mistakes, the veterans, you can't say, quit making those mistakes. They can't stop. That's who they are, right? That's why we got them. They're not, a stud on another team. I get it. And the young kids, they can't just hear, oh, this and that. You got to accentuate what the line did positively, the young guys. And it's not like, here's the thing, like, I'll just throw this in. Like, I'm not picking on Jack Eichel, but I watched Jack Eichel. Yeah, he's got some skill. But Jack Eichel has disengaged. And I'm not the only one. I talked to Mark Howe, who scouts for Detroit. He said the same thing. We were talking the other night at the Bennington game. He said, watch that guy. He just doesn't seem like really intense and committed and really connected to being the leader on that team. So we don't have guys like that. Every one of our guys are conscientious. The young guys, they want to do well. And here I'm going to leave you on this note. Championship teams, we are going to be down the center, one of the best teams 3 years from now. We're going to have Jack.
Yep.
We're going to have Heischer. And we're going to have Pavel Zacha, a great third-line centerman. And then if Mikey McLeod is that energy fourth line, we're solid there. We got a stud in goal. He's going to be great. And then we got to fill in some of those D, but we've talked about that. So it's going to just kick in all at once. But when's that going to be? We thought maybe this year, but no. So maybe hopefully next year. But I'm not discouraged. I got to just tell you this. So I'm watching, and then Kreider's gotten 3, and then it's about 6-7 minutes to go. And I would have done the same thing. Well, they show the Ranger bench, and they're yucking it up and just, laughing and stuff. And I don't blame them. But I thought, oh, that bugs me, especially here. And then at the end of the game, Georgiev, the goalie, he's leaving, and he's waving his stick up in the air. So,
oh, I know. Oh, my God. Chico. That was getting me. That was getting me.
I know. And that's why I want this team to do well, so we don't have to see that, especially at home. Here's the other thing is what's interesting. I know there aren't fans, but it is a little disconcerting that at home we have been, like, basically atrocious lately.
Yeah.
And I don't know why that is. That's a tough one to figure out, but this team could go on a roll. If the puck started to go in like they did earlier, they could go 6-7 wins in a row. Not that it's going to get them back into the playoffs, but just don't get discouraged where you think that there's something systemically wrong with the Devils. It's not. There's not. There's a lot of stuff bubbling under the surface that all of a sudden is going to, come up and we're going to say, wow, this is a good team. And we're going to say, how did they get so good? Well, just think back of the years we had to watch when they were developing and how painful that was. Right? You guys know what I'm talking about. So, yeah, it's just, if it was anybody else, I could live with it. But when it's the Rangers in our building, and I got to tell you another thing, there were a lot of Ranger fans here with the jerseys. I thought there's only 1,800 fans. How did you get in here? But I get it. It's just, It's what makes the Ranger games fun, because of the rivalry.
Oh yeah, and
but
don't forget,
it makes us so as fans,
and don't forget Dawson Mercer down the middle as well, Chico.
Yeah.
And the fact that Pavel Zacha could be moved on the wing, I've made comparisons to him to Zubris in a lot of ways, just because of size and just the way he goes about his business. So I think the future is bright. I'm worried about the defense, but after seeing Ty Smith for a handful of games, I'm confident that Tom Fitzgerald can shore that up in the next couple of years.
Well, no, and you're right, and like we can't get too enamored with just he's a skating defenseman, he's a rushing defenseman, he's going to get involved in the game. It's still about defending. You still going to keep the goals down to like 2, and I think Kevin Ball could do that. I mean, the type of defenseman that we could get on the market that's more of that than the top end, like an offensive guy. We can't probably extract them. We don't want to. They'd be very expensive. But if we could just identify, we're watching the Islanders, and Pelech and Pulak are their number 1 and 2 defensemen. If you asked anybody who knows hockey, hey, who's the 2 best defensemen for the Islanders, they'd think, But if we had a pair like that to shut down, that's what and you can get those guys. You know what I mean? You don't need a first round pick to get those guys. So, that's going to be the final piece to this puzzle, though, and you guys see it, is shoring up that defense where we can shut down. Like tonight, honestly, guys, we played well, but we made 3 such just egregious mistakes. It's like we almost said, here, just see if you can put this puck in our net. We're trying, but my goodness, why you didn't go up the boards with it? Why you didn't just play it safe? But hey, it happens fast. I can, what? My wife says, you get 2 and 10. And I am now, because that's how I made the NHL. I just see this stuff, and I'm just saying, it doesn't have to be this way, but I guess it does. I don't know.
Well, maybe for just right now, and like you said, I think, you've changed my mind, because I was not feeling good after this game, but you're right. I think we are on the right course. It's just that all of our core is not there yet. We're just not there yet.
Yes, you're right, you guys. Depth. We don't have depth. We have a bunch of really good players that are kind of the same, and they could be like Bastian. I don't mind him on the 4th if it's he and Mikey McLeod. I mean, if we're really good and say even Miles, that'd be a fun line to watch. But when you got to start moving them up to 1st and 2nd line, well then,
right.
It's not where you're going to be when you become a really good team. And like I was saying to Maddie, I mean, the difference is when a really skilled player gets into a scoring spot, it is nothing about coaching then. It's nothing about anything but the skill of that individual. And that's what we don't have enough of right now. But you mentioned Mercer. We're going to get another good pick. I've been watching Minnesota, and they got Kaprizov, Krill, and he was a little later pick. They didn't know, and this just changed the whole complexion. I wish we could get one more really shockingly good player that we don't expect, and it could be somebody like Mercer. I don't know, but we could use one of those as well. But it's all about scoring. Remember when the Devils were winning cups? Boy, they could put pucks in the net, and they had wave after wave, and so
A-line. Well, that A-line, and then when we had Gomez and McGinley to follow him up right after that, woo, that was a 1-2 combo. I still say, Chico, that team That team that lost to the Avalanche, I still say was the best team that the Devils put out ever. Like I so wish we got that cup that year, but that was that year when both Elias and Mogilny had the 40 goals, and wow, were they dominant then. But well, we want to thank you. Oops, sorry.
Well, thank you.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say I've often thought about that, and I can see Adam Foote. I mean, I see it like yesterday. Devils play really good first period. Remember Game 6, the old Meadowlands? Mm-hmm. We play really good. Mm-hmm. With about 2 minutes to go, Adam Foote floats one in over the pad and under the blocker of Marty Brodeur, and it was like, whoa, what happened? Then, because I just remember this being a goal, then their second goal was a really lucky bounce and break. Now they're 2-0. And then we couldn't recover, and then, we didn't do that well. Going back to college. You're right. That was our cup. And now I just hope that because Adam Foote is the one that cost us, that Nolan Foote, his son.
He's got to make up for it. He's got to make up for it.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. There you go. So, all right, gentlemen. Always good talking to you guys and your fans.
Thank you, Chico. And I'll reach out to you. Because we have a new spot, sort of a new spot across the street from Prudential Center. I'll talk to you offline about that.
That sounds great. Yeah, I love working and talking hockey with you guys, and you guys might have out-positive me tonight. I got to work on my game. There was like,
oh no,
no. It was glove save and a beauty by Chico. That's what it was.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Sammy. I'll be looking for you guys.
All right. Thanks, Chico.
Thanks, Chico.
Take care. Take care, guys.
That was great.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Talk to you
soon,
Chico.
That is Chico Resch, Devils Hockey Network color analyst, good friend of the podcast. Always a good friend of the podcast. We
keeping that positivity up.
Positivity. He complimented us. I mean, I started the podcast with a bag over my head. I go from that. Well, truth be told, I've been kind of a little bit in a funk the last 24 hours after having the second shot vaccination. That I'll admit it. I forgot we had Chico booked tonight and rushing and get that done. And then we get Chico, and it was actually a Windows update that did that little glitch there.
All right.
But it's one of those things.
Yeah, no worries.
So, but you see, we're going to be like the New Jersey Devils. We're going to work through. Trust the process. We're going to work through it. We're going to work through this show. This podcast, and want to thank a lot of people for chiming in on the social media. It was hard to keep up with the amount of comments that was coming through.
Yeah, there was a lot over here, and I see everyone. Well, I don't see everyone. I still have to figure out how to become. I got to become an admin on this website here. But I see Craig and Daniel and Omar and Mike, Cheryl. Ricky, he was the one who was asking about the about Blackwood. Hey, is there a Coastal Time again? Ramona, Benny, and saying hi to everybody. Jason, who's up on YouTube Live? Rocco, who's on YouTube Live?
YouTube Live, we got Kevin Weeks, Whistler, Rhodey Ryan, Eric. Yeah, I mean, we got a lot of people tuning in after a big loss tonight. I think the Rangers.
But I actually feel better. I feel
better. You know what? I actually feel better going into Saturday. I feel, you know what? Because I'm a big believer in karma, and if these Rangers, these new young Rangers, are trolling us, it's only going to come back to haunt them.
We'll be fine.
If you want to
find eventually, don't worry.
All I want to say is because we've dealt with Sean Avery, we've dealt with all these Rangers in the past that we've hated. If you want to add more fuel to the fire, go ahead, because we'll up our game too. Once we're allowed back in the building, it's easy to do it when no one's there. That's all I have to say. I like to talk a little trash.
Well, Sam Wu, I think we've had a good post game. I think we all feel better. I think we heard a lot of real talk from Chico as well.
Yes.
I know a lot of people. I know I've been on the let's just finish at 500 level. I know a lot of people, especially not calling anyone out, Sam Wu, Beer Baron, Shorts Guy, all feeling that we were going to push for that playoff spot. But hearing some real talk from Chico, hearing some real talk from Chico.
I was already planning. I was already planning the parade and waltzing in on a horse at the parade in Newark.
I think we're going to sneak in, guys. I think we're going to sneak in. That little Fortsy, I think we're going to sneak in. I think we're going to do it. Yeah. I mean, a lot of real talk there and, stuff to look forward to. It is true. A lot of our core is still not there. We're going to look very strong down the center, but we got to start filling in those wings. Nolan Foote, Alexander Holtz. If Zaka moves to a third line, wing, imagine that. Zaka on the wing with Dawson Mercer at center, someone else on the other side. Maybe put Nolan Foote with Nico. Maybe put Holtz with Jack or flip-flop. Maybe put Nolan Foote with Jack. Ooh, so Nolan could go and bang around and create some room and then maybe give Nico Holtz snipe them. See, this is what we have to look forward to. But obviously, a lot of those guys aren't there yet. So I think, like Chico said, no cause for concern yet. I think we still stay the course. We take the season as it comes. And, we really hope that we can make a run back towards 500. Let's see what happens when we get our captain back, if we can turn the momentum around a little bit.
Also take this as an opportunity as well, because now I'm brought to my senses after fuming. Remember when I was telling you that I just don't want to say anything I regret before we went on? But now that we've talked to Chico, this is how I feel. Back when Taylor Hall had that MVP season, Devils made the playoffs, got in. I don't want another false positive again. Let's build it the right way. It's a 56-game season. If the Devils don't make the playoffs, you're going to get a decent draft pick, and we can fill some of these holes. And what Chico said down the middle, I mean, he didn't even mention Dawson Mercer in that because right now he's not with the team. Down the middle, that's where it all starts. And he's right. Getting a defenseman that's a stopper, you don't have to give up the farm to get that one defenseman. The leader on the blue line, Ty Smith is looking great. I think Severson will be around. I think, Butcher, I don't know. PK, because I don't think
after
PK's
Ty and Damon, we'll see.
Yeah.
Just like Chico said, there's probably only two defensemen on our roster right now that are going to be there in the long run.
Yep.
And it's probably the two on the top line,
Yep. And we have a big defenseman, Kevin Ball, coming up eventually. Let them develop. It's nice that they're in New Jersey. They get a taste of what it's like to be here. So when they do get here, they're familiar. They're not like a new puppy, in a new home, right? So a lot of positive things, and we got to keep patient. I'm keeping my, because I've been impatient since 2015. But the bottom line here is let's just get these guys some experience. And hey, we lost the Rangers today. Doesn't mean we're going to lose to them Game 7 in the Eastern Conference Finals. That's what I have to say. That's all.
Well, yeah, and we got another game against them in 1 day. So let's get back on Saturday, and we'll see where we go.
Yeah.
All right, Sam.
Put this game in the rearview mirror. In the rearview mirror.
That's what we're gonna do.
I already forgot about it. Right. So now I got some work to do because I got to cut up the podcast and drop it on our podcast pages at midnight. I got to take 2 files and merge them together, and I'll drop it in. As we are the most commented Devils podcast in the history of New Jersey Devils podcast, I want to thank all of you for listening, joining in, watching us. I want to thank Chico Resch for joining us on post game in his busy schedule. He put us in his schedule. And till next time, let's go Devils.